There we go. Hello, fifth grade families. Welcome to fifth grade back to school night. Look, it even says, don't forget to record. Go figure. So we're gonna go over a couple of things tonight, meeting our team, information about our school day. We're doing it all together as a fifth grade team because most of the information is the same. And then we will answer questions, and we can, if we have a bigger group, we can do breakout rooms by teacher to just kind of answer questions as needed. My name is Amy Brewer. I am been teaching here at Cardinal Forest this is my 4th year here. I came from Loudoun County where I taught 5th and 3rd grade. And I'm very excited to be here for another year and be part of the Cardinal Forest community again.
I am Zach Byer. I am also a 5th grade teacher here at Cardinal Forest. This is my 3rd year. I taught 5th grade in Manassas City for a few years before that, and I taught 2nd grade in Phoenix for a few years before that. So I am excited to start another year here at Cardinal Forest as well.
I am Takia Hawkins. This is my 1st year here at Cardinal Forest. I just came from Prince William County where I taught 4th grade for 4 years, and I'm excited to be here.
We also have a lot of other people who are working with the 5th grade team this year. In the room here with us right now, we have Miss Ulrich, our librarian.
Hi.
And Mrs. Strong is here as well, who is also working with the 5th grade team this year. Miss Centennial is also working with us, and so is Miss Notestein and Miss Scribner and Miss Bakaja. They are all in the 5th grade classrooms quite frequently, so they will be working with your students, and they will see most of them every day. Our administrative team, Miss Felicia Drake is our principal, and Mr. Hirsch is our assistant principal. In the office, there are many fine people to see you as you come in. So please feel free to say hello to anybody in the office if you happen to come in needing any assistance with anything, and they are happy to help. On the very long list of other people who will be working with your students this year, if you have any questions about any of the specials classes or our technology specialists or reading teachers that will be working with our classes, or the ESOL teachers, or anybody else, please reach out. We can either get you in contact with anyone that you need to speak to, or we can probably answer any questions that you might have as well. If you have any pressing questions about band or strings, please let us know. They have both started last week, so a lot of our students have been heading to band and strings. So please let us know if you have any questions about those or anything else.
Our schedule, the students arrive into the school building about 8:50 a.m. and then we will start school at 9:15. So from about 8:50 to about 9:15, the students have that time to unpack, eat breakfast, and then get ready for Cardinal time, which is now also called pregame warmups. And that goes from 9:15 to 10 o'clock. And then from 10 to 11, we have content, which is social studies and science. Right now we are doing science. And then the next unit we will start with social studies. And from 11 to 12, we have specials. Next is math. Mr. Byer and I teach 5th grade math, and Mrs. Brewer teaches 6th grade math. Next, we have recess and then lunch. After lunch is our language arts block with reading and writing. And then we fit in our closing circle. And about 3:55, the students depart the school.
So cardinal time / pregame warmups is our time to kind of really target what students need. So that could look like intervention for math or reading. It could be enrichment. This year, every student each quarter will be doing an enrichment activity with a specialist. So for this quarter, we're doing music. So every student in 5th grade will have a week to go to the music teachers and do some enrichment there. And then they'll have art and technology and PE, I think, for different quarters. So during that time, students might be working on a choice board where they're kind of practicing some math skills. They could be doing some reading. They could be meeting with the book club. So it really just depends on what students need. Our goal is to meet with every student a couple of times a week so that we can really hone in on what they need and give them either support or enrichment in different areas. Attendance is very important. It's also really important for students to be here on time. Like Ms. Hawkins said, like we kind of get jump started with our day right away. So just having time to come in and unpack can really change a student's attitude for the day and how ready they feel. The office has asked that you please call the attendance number, which is on our school website instead of the school office number, just so the right information gets to the right place in a timely manner. Sometimes if you call the main office instead, there's a lot of other things going on. And so the right information doesn't always get to where it needs to be very quickly. And so, we're wondering where somebody is when they're out at a doctor's appointment or something. There's also a form you could do online as well. So either of those is fine for letting us know if a student's absent. Also emailing us so we know as well, because if the office gets a call in that inbox and they're going through them and it hasn't been put in the system yet, we might still be wondering like, oh, where is so-and-so today? So especially as we start our mornings and we're going right away.
So for math, again, Mr. Bynard teaches the 5th grade math, and right now we are working with decimals and fraction number sense. So we start with a number talk where we can put a slide of like 1/3 or a pie, like one is shaded in and 2 parts are not. And we just have the students, tell us what they notice or what they know about that fraction or that picture. And then we move on to our mini lesson with the whole group. Next, we work with the lesson. So right now, since we're doing decimals and fractions, we can convert a fraction to a decimal. And we'll do that with the whole class. The students can break off into small groups or in partners. And then at the end, we reflect on what we just learned, whether we share it with the entire class or we have an exit ticket. And then as you can see, this is what we will be learning in 5th grade this year. And then this is what the advanced math students will be learning in 6th grade.
Yeah, so advanced math in 3rd and 4th grade is kind of like part of that grade level plus some. Once we get to 5th grade, it's basically the 6th grade math curriculum. We do spend some time kind of going over some of the 5th grade math pieces to make sure we have that solid foundation. If they don't know their math multiplication facts very well, then exponents can be kind of challenging. So we kind of spend a little bit of time, going over some of the 5th grade stuff, but we're mostly focused on the 6th grade curriculum for the advanced math class.
Okay. For language arts this year, the students are going to be working in many different categories of literature. We are starting with our character development unit. We've been working with that for a few weeks now, where students are reading different stories with strong characters and trying to discuss them and how they have grown throughout a text, what they have learned, how we can apply those lessons to our own lives and what we can learn from them. Our language arts block starts with reading, and we practice a skill each day all together. And then we can work either in small groups, or the students are asked to practice whatever skill we have been working on in their independent reading, so that they can apply whatever it is we're working with in a book they've chosen themselves. For our writing units, we have started with our memoir unit. All of the students are working very hard writing a memoir right now. Many of them are in the stages of finishing them up. So if you haven't heard about it at all, I would strongly encourage you to ask them to see it. A lot of them are either finished or almost finished, and they are excellent. So please ask to read them. They are all in Schoology, so you can have access to them at home. So they can't hide them from you. After that, we go into different genres of writing. They're going to be writing fantasy stories. They will be writing narrative nonfiction, and they will be writing poetry a little bit later in the year. And then there is a larger research project that they will be working on at closer to the end of the year, that ties in with our social studies units for the year that we will talk about in a second.
Right now, as Mr. Byers said, we do the Global Awareness Technology Project, which is a big research project in Fairfax County for fifth graders. Throughout the year of social studies, we study ancient civilizations all over the world, and kind of focus on some different aspects of civilizations that are kind of universal, such as like mathematics and science and literature and food. So students kind of at the end of the year think back about some of the civilizations they studied, pick two of them or one of them and compare to today, and kind of focus on one aspect to research and present to the class. So like, how has writing changed over time? Or students have done different types of literature in different areas of the world, or different types of theater, and kind of compared and contrasted them. For science, we're in the middle of landforms right now. So plate tectonics, types of rocks, oceans is next, and light and sound. And at the end of the year is more like biology type topics. So cells, how to classify living things, those kind of topics.
All right, Schoology. We have a quick video to show a little bit about how to log into Schoology if you haven't had a chance to do that yet. If you have, you might already know this, but here it goes. Maybe. Amy, I can't hear the video. I don't know if it's only me. Sounds like it's not only me. Sounds like it's Miss Drake's fault, because she just arrived and now nothing works.
The room and I make magic happen. The video is also in the News You Choose from last week as well, and it's on our website. So it probably is my fault.
I just didn't check the box for audio. I did it the first time, but didn't do it for the second time. So hopefully, yeah, let's try this one more time. Share sound. Share. Okay.
Hello, are you ready to use Schoology? In order to use Schoology as a parent, you must have a Parent View account. To access this page, to log in, go to sisparent.fcps.edu. If you are unsure about your account or you forgot your password, please use these icons on the bottom to help you. Once you have your account and you're ready to sign into Schoology, please use this website link, www.lms.fcps.edu. This is the Fairfax login for Schoology. You'll know that you're logging in correctly if you see the Fairfax icon. Then, when logging in, use your Parent View login information so you can sign into your parent account. Once you are signed in, you will see that there is a course button. When you click on it, all parents are enrolled in our All Families course. Once you are inside of the course, you will see this menu of options. There are so many different resources, websites, videos, and more that you can use and explore. This is a one-stop shop for parents. Inside of the Back to School Night information button, you will see these options. This is definitely worth a look. Inside of FCPS Welcome are videos from our school board members and Dr. Brabrand. Inside of the CFES Welcome, there is a video from our administration as well as our PTA Executive Board. Grade level information will be updated after Back to School Night for recordings and slides. Specialists and support teachers have recorded Flipgrid videos for you to get to know them. Take a look. And inside of the FLE Parent Preview is information about family life education. Once you are ready to switch to a student account, you can drop down from your parent name and take a look at one of your students or your children. Click into theirs and you will be able to see their courses that they're enrolled in. A green check mark will be next to their name to make sure that you know which account you are viewing. If you have questions or need help, please contact your child's teacher, or you can reach out to me, Michelle Meshover, the School-Based Technology Specialist at Cardinal Forest. This is my email address and I'm happy to help you.
So if you have not had a chance to log into Schoology yet, we would encourage you to make sure that you do that. You'll be able to see a lot of information that way. You can also have access to some of the things that your child is working on. Ms. Brewer is putting all of these links from this slide into the chat if you need any of them now. We will also send these slides out so that you will have access to any of this information if you want to take a look at it later, or you realize that you need it and didn't think you did now.
So if your student is absent or paused from attending school in the school building, asynchronous learning opportunities will be provided on Schoology. So in Schoology, we have each of the subjects, and we will be putting slides from the day's learning into those subjects. So let's say I had a student that was absent today, then today's lessons will be uploaded into Schoology and your student can work on those assignments throughout the day. Students should be reading a minimum of 20 minutes a night, and they should also be working on those math facts, because those will help with our math units.
As a school, we are using Responsive Classroom, which is a positive behavior idea, and also just like building classroom community. Part of that is morning meeting, where students come together, maybe do an activity, play a game, share something so that they can know each other really well and can support each other throughout the year. Also part of that is coming up with class expectations. So as a class, we came up with expectations, like my classes is right here. And we constantly come back to them. Students are reinforced when they are doing those things and redirected when they're not. If there's kind of a problem with students not able to meet those expectations, then usually we come up with a plan together, like, hey, bud, notice that you're having trouble being respectful of your classmates' space. So how can we solve this problem together? What's our plan moving forward so that you can be successful? So responsive classroom is just a lot about that community building, making sure that we're all here for learning and that we're helping each other learn in like a safe and positive way.
So your students' well-being is our priority. If we notice anything out of the ordinary with your student, Ms. Keyfaber is our grade level counselor. We will recommend your students see her, and she has also provided each of our classrooms with right now it's a pink sheet that the students can fill out and give to Ms. Keyfaber, and when she's available, they can have a meeting and discuss what they would like. Like Ms. Brewer said, we are all about building connections and relationships, and we do that with the help of our morning meetings, with one-on-ones that we have with your students. And we also like to see those relationships and those connections being formed with their peers as well. So that brings a whole classroom community. We prioritize that the first few weeks, but it will be happening throughout the school year. And if you need to communicate with us or the counselor, if your student is having any difficulties, please reach out to us, email us. If you notice anything or if your student tells you anything, please let us know so that we are aware and can look out for that within the classroom as well.
Okay. Another big focus in Fairfax County is the Portrait of a Graduate skills. This is something that we are working on with our students every day as we go through all the rest of our content. So whatever it is we're working on, we are focused on helping them become better collaborators, communicators, being able to show their thinking in creative ways, how they can use what they are learning about to be more ethical and global citizens, and how to be more goal-directed and resilient people. So what this looks like in the classroom is giving them a lot of opportunities to work with others, how they can come together and solve problems in new and creative ways, show their thinking in a lot of different ways that they're able to show that they understand what they're learning, and how that can extend beyond just the classroom, and how these skills and knowledge can be used in their life outside of school.
For grading in Fairfax County, we use the 1, 2, 3, 4 scale. The difference between those is usually like consistency and being able to do something on their own. So when we think about like what we want students to be able to do, that's kind of where we're looking at, is like at least a 3. Okay, being able to demonstrate that skill, maybe making some mistakes with it, but being able to do it most like on their own. The 4 is kind of knowing that not without mistakes, but pretty much very consistently. They're able to answer multiplication problems pretty much every single time. They're able to use grammar throughout a writing piece. A 3 means they can do it most of the time. Maybe they make some mistakes, or they're just kind of still maybe confusing a couple of things. A 2 means that they're able to do it some of the time, or they need assistance to do it. So they might need somebody to walk them through the steps, or might need somebody to say, hey, don't forget, when you have a new person talking, you need to start a new paragraph. So those reminders would be a 2. And then 1 just means they're not able to demonstrate that concept at that time. And so we're still going to be working on it, but they just weren't able to do it independently at all. Throughout the quarter, we look at a lot of different things. We look at assessments, whether they're quick like exit tickets or a test. Like Mr. Byer said, they have a memoir that they're going to be turning in. That's kind of like a big writing assessment. For reading, we do smaller things where we like have students read to us or in small groups or reflect on what they're reading independently or what we've read as a class. And so we kind of take all those pieces together to come up to have their grades for the quarter. Please email us if you have any questions or anything, or if there's something you want to talk about, even if it's just to set up a phone conference. Email is just a really great way for us to know that you want to get in touch with us, and we'll try to respond. We will respond within 24 to 48 hours. We have been sending a weekly email on Fridays for our 5th grade families, and Tuesday folders will be sent home as needed. I am not great at that because I did Friday folders for 9 years, and even the past couple of years have not broken me of the habit. So if it's on Tuesday, it'll be there another day. But email is a really great way to communicate with us. In the next couple of weeks, we're hoping to send something home about conferences for the end of the first quarter. They will be virtual, and we could either do like a Zoom conference or a phone call conference, but we would like to meet with all families in the first quarter just to make sure everybody's on the same page to really get students set up for success for the rest of the year. So more information to come. Any general questions? Hi, Miss Centennial.
Hi, Miss Brewer. Hi, 5th grade. Hi, parents. So let me just take a moment to introduce myself. A lot of you may remember me from kindergarten. I taught kindergarten at Cardinal Forest for 8 years, and this year made the move to our 2nd language learners. So I am supporting 4 grade levels this year: kindergarten, 1st grade, 4th, and 5th. Not only do I support the English language learners, but really the whole class. I'm in the classrooms each day for language arts, primarily in 5th grade. They also do get support for science from one of our other resource teachers that works with the ESOL community. So that's been great too. So there's always that other adult. Any questions you might have, please feel free to email me. I'm not sure if my email is in this presentation, but I can put it into the chat. I'm available to answer any questions that you might have, and I'm looking forward to working with 5th grade.
I'll keep my general announcement from the last time, which is just a reminder that tomorrow is picture day. So if you forgot or didn't happen to see the paper that was sent home in Tuesday folders, whenever it was sent home, tomorrow is picture day. Ours is also at the almost very, very end of the day. So if your child arrives looking very nice, they will need to maintain that for a very long time. So not ideal, but we'll handle it. So just a quick reminder for anybody who may have forgotten that tomorrow's picture day. Okay, so if anybody has, go ahead.
I'm going to stop the recording first.